So you bought a C6 Corvette. In this video, we're going to show you the nuances of this car, the little tips and tricks in case your battery goes dead, you can't get in, what you need to know, and what you should know in order to get the most out of this car. Stay tuned. All right, guys, in this video, I'm going to give you guys a first-person perspective so you can see what exactly we're going to be dealing with here. You have your key fob, it's got your lock, your unlock, your trunk popper, and then of course your panic button. It is a proximity key, so as you can see, I'm gonna hit the lock button, so the car is locked. But yet if we come up to the door and we push, we can still unlock the car without unlocking it from the key fob. Now this right here is your door open and your unlock button. So if the car is locked, you'll push them both together and that'll pop the door. If the car is unlocked, you'll just push the bottom and that'll pop the door. That goes the same for the passenger side. The next thing that you need to know, when you open the door, the window will go down and back up automatically to seal against the rubber seal. When you get into the car, the first couple of things you're going to look at on the driver's side here is this knob, which will, as you can tell, dim your cluster. And then if you push the knob in, it will turn your floor lights and your rear view mirror lights on. Push it in again, shuts them all off. These buttons over here are for our heads-up display. This is a 3LT model with the Bose audio, but the audio has been replaced. We don't have to worry about that for now. In here, we have our off on the left side, we have our accessory on the right-hand side, and of course, up is our run button. In this car, we have a radio here that has the microphone for Bluetooth features. So as we look to the center of the car here, we have our heated seats on and off. Of course, our ashtray, 2006. The 2006 and newer automatics are a 6-speed. The 2005 C6 Corvette is a 4-speed automatic. And then some will have the paddle shifts. And then of course they would all be a 6-speed manual. The C7's got the 7-speed manual. We have our dual climate control here. You can adjust both sides independently. And this is all pretty self-explanatory with your defrost for the rear window, your defrost for the front window, and then this, whether you want it, vent or on the floor, and then your fan up and down. All of your vents, very simple. They move back and forth, up and down. This is your hazards. It's not on here anymore. We have our controls here for our windshield wipers. Our controls over here for our cruise control. You push the button at the end to turn it on and off. And then this turn back one turns our fog lights on. And then our basic instrument cluster, which gives you all your gauges. Your tilt steering wheel is right here. Your rear hatch pop and gas door opener are right there. This button here controls traction control on or off. It also puts the car into competitive driving mode, which if you bring the car now down into S on your shifter here, this will allow your paddle shift to be activated. It'll also allow the car to stay in 1 until you manually shift the car. And then your heads-up display, mine needs the mirror mod so that it projects. It works, but that would show you your gears and your 0 to 60 and all those types of things. Pretty straightforward. Inside your glove compartment, you can store whatever you want in there. We have a 12-volt power outlet here. To take this apart, this pops out. There's a couple of screws and this whole accessories panel can come off. And then we have our glove box over here, which does have a locking option. And here is our RPO code sticker where you can see the codes for your car. Our rear view mirror has your lights that you can turn on and off, and then your basic OnStar features. And it also shows you your passenger airbag that's off if there's nobody in the seat, and your compass. We have our garage home link system, and then of course your mirrors with your little lights for vanity. That moves us into our top option to open. You would pull this down to release, and then both of these slide back towards you. To put it back on, you'll do the same thing. There's video specifically on that. We're not going to get into that in this video. So let's take it back out of competitive driving mode again, and it'll say traction consistent and active handling is on, and we're good to go. We push down here. This is going to open up our rear hatch, and this leads us to the next feature. As we come out, this button here opens your doors, windows, mirrors, and then your power seat memory options. And your power seat controls are right here for your lumbar, your seat recline. And then this here, these little buttons always wear out. They're about $10. You can get them on eBay. Real quick tip there. Now, what happens if your battery goes dead? Because it has electric poppers for the doors. You'll use your key here, and there is a locking system underneath here that you'll slide this up in, and you'll turn that lock. That'll pop your rear hatch here, and then when you get into your rear hatch, you would pull this, and this will pop your driver's door. So that if your battery is dead, that's how you would still get into the side of the car. Just pop that and it'll pop your door open. You need two hands because you got to pull the door as you pop it. But that's that. Back here we have a couple little compartments, a couple little lights to light up the interior panel back here. Inside the storage compartments, most of the time you have your front license plate holder, and you would have your cargo net back here. And then these are your places where your removable top would lock into. Here we have an audio system that this removable top gets around and still goes in place. Of course, on the back of the car we have your tail lights, your exhaust, and your reverse lights. Pretty simple. The rear hatch here again is an automatic popper, so all you got to do is bring it down and then push, and it latches for you automatically. We go into the car again, push on the bottom there. We can pop the trunk or the hood, which is pretty standard. Then once you pop it there is no additional latch. That just opens so that you can access everything that you need under the hood. And on this car, for the audio system, we do have our fuse run right over here. Everything else under here is pretty self-explanatory. Your right inside here is your cabin air filter. These two little just pop down, and then it slides in and slides out. Real easy to change that. Everything else is pretty simple. Your fuse box over here. Your air filters are up there with your little metal latches to release the air filter box. Of course, your oil and your oil dipstick is the yellow handle. And then we have brake fluid, we have your reservoir, your power steering is here, your windshield wipers, and the last thing is transmission, which I believe is, no, that's definitely engine oil. I'm not sure where the transmission dipstick tube is, but we're not worried about that. We'll shut that down. And that's pretty simple as to what needs to be done under the hood. So our instruments over here, we have an information button. This will go through fuel economy settings and your range for your fuel mileage. The second button goes through your oil pressure, oil temperature, coolant temperature, trans fluid, your battery voltage, and then your tire pressures according to your TPMS. Then you have trip, and then options and a reset. Your trip will always bring up your odometer and your 2 trip sensors. And you can go through these different things if you hit reset and reset your different options there. So that's it. That's pretty much it. That's pretty straightforward. And then we're going to go through the audio system that's specific to this car here. So if you're just looking for information on a C6 Corvette, you can now turn the video off, as we have reached the limit of that here. This is also a manual door popper. If you were inside the car, you pull this here and it pops the door. So there are ways to get out of the car in case your battery does go dead. So with that being said, we're going to get into the audio portion of this video. With that being said, guys, I'm going to go and crank up the tunes and listen to some music. And enjoy your C6 Corvette. I know I have. And we'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for tuning in. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. It helps us out. We're going to be bringing a lot more car content, a lot more custom content, and some cool computer collaborations coming up soon, and possibly a cool collaboration with our 1980 Olds Cutlass that's going to feature some really cool audio stuff. So stay tuned for all of that, as we're going to be doing a custom audio build in the Cutlass also. That's going to consume the whole trunk, and then the interior, which is going to coincide with the 2017 Ford Mustang GT interior that we put in. So you don't want to miss that. Make sure you stay subscribed, turn the little bell on so you get notifications for new videos that we release to the channel. And as always, thanks for your support. Catch you in the next one.